They say the American market is a gold mine for European entrepreneurs, but how do you stand out in the competitive landscape? I'm Christina Rubafe-Broaddus, the American Market Alchemist, and I believe that anyone can write their U.S. success story to amplify their influence and scale their impact beyond the borders of their home market. In this podcast, you'll hear inspiring stories and practical advice from American market experts and European entrepreneurs who are making an impact in the U.S. Tune in each week for a dose of motivation and tactical tips to build your influence and visibility in the world's largest market so you stand out, attract more clients, and turn your European business into American gold. Now, let's dive in. Want to crack the U.S. market as a European entrepreneur? It all starts with understanding who your American clients truly are. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the secrets to becoming the go-to expert for your American ideal client persona, also known as the ICP. Welcome to the American Market Alchemist, the podcast and YouTube channel dedicated to helping European entrepreneurs like you become the reference in their field by attracting U.S. clients to your business. And today's episode is all about one crucial element that can make or break your success, and that is understanding your American client persona. But before we get into today's workshop, I want to invite you to an intimate workshop that I'm hosting on September 11th on Zoom. So no matter where you are, you can join us. And it's called 5 Steps to Attracting American Clients to Your Business. And you'll get the 5 predictable things that you need to start positioning yourself as a reference in your industry for your American prospects. And the link to save your spot, it's free, of course. The link is in the notes below this episode. Now, let's get into the real meat of the episode. Now, if you are serious about expanding your business into the US, I mean, physically going there or staying here in Europe and having American clients virtually, the first thing that you really must grasp is that American clients are different. I know this sounds obvious, but I have seen far too many people not take into consideration just the scope of the differences. American clients, generally speaking, they expect fast results, fast communication, super convenience, and personalized solutions that speak directly to their needs. If you're approaching the U.S. market and your U.S. clients with the same strategies that work perhaps very well here in Europe, you might be setting yourself up for disappointment. Not always, but I'm just saying I've seen it happen. Now, why is this so important? Because the U.S. is massive. It is diverse. And your message has to really cut through that noise. Americans they're bombarded with choices every day, with advertising everywhere. And if your communication isn't laser sharp, you get lost in the shuffle. And this is not to say that you have to say, you're the best, I'm the best, don't be like that. No, but this is where knowing your American client persona comes into play. It's not about just knowing who they are, like New York executives making more than $5 million a year or something like that. No, it's truly understanding what drives them, what keeps them up at night, as we say, and what solutions they are actively searching for. Again, here is where a lot of European entrepreneurs just make mistakes. It's assuming that American clients are very similar to their European counterparts. Like I said, they're not. For instance, just an example, in the US, responsiveness is key. So saying, it's Friday, I'll get back to you at the beginning of next week, or even worse, sorry, there's no one in the office to respond to you for the next 3 weeks. Contact us at the end of August. You're going to lose that relationship, even if you have a pretty good relationship with them, and they are not aware of the cultural differences and you are not taking them into consideration. And that's no matter how good your product or service is. So how do you get this right? Now, it starts with a deep dive into your American client persona, like trying to get inside their head. Who are they? What do they value? What are their pain points? And once you nail this down, you can tailor your offerings, you can tailor your marketing message, you can start sprinkling this stuff into your LinkedIn post or your podcast if you're doing that, and just show that you understand them. So they go like, wow, she's talking to me. Wow, yeah. And when you can do that, that's when the magic happens, because your pitches, they resonate more, your client relationships, they become stronger, and that's where your business thrives. However, be careful. Be careful. No, if you don't adapt, you risk missing out on the huge opportunities that are there in the US market. Now, misunderstanding what your American clients want and expect, this can lead to client dissatisfaction, negative reviews, which are can literally make or break a business, especially if it's a service business. But even worse than that, I would say it can lead you to lose that client that you did all that work to getting in the first place. And I have seen this happen often. Keep in mind that we Americans, for better or worse, tend to act and then think, meaning we might sign up with you. We're like, all right, yeah, this is great. Let's do it. And you're like, yes, that was an easy sale. And then you start working together, and a couple months or a couple weeks even into it, they're like, you know what? Sorry, I don't think this is going to work out. And they're going to be very polite about it. But what has happened there is that maybe you're delivering service that is excellent by the standards of your European clients, but it's just falling short in what your American clients are expecting because you didn't adapt the approach. And so that's why I say that this is so important, because it can lead to, you can get a client, but then you can lose them. And like that hurts when you are a business and you're so excited that you've got a new client, and then that client comes back and says, yeah, you know what? Sorry, it's been fun, but we're going to have to stop. That will just kill you. Not literally, but morally, let's say. So cultural differences are real, and they can significantly impact your business outcomes. In the US, like I said, speed, efficiency, directness, but politeness. And that is where a lot of people have a hard time striking that balance. If that's you, if you are hesitating a bit about that, let me know. I can make an episode all about getting the balance of directness and politeness right. But all of that is highly valued in American business culture. And if you fail to take that into consideration and align yourself with these cultural expectations, well, you want to avoid that. That's why getting your American client persona is so important. And it's not just important, it is essential, I would say. So that's the takeaway from this episode. Defining your American ideal client persona is the foundation for your success in the US market. It's not just a step in the process. It is the bedrock on which you build your entire strategy. Now, when you understand the needs, the expectations, the cultural nuances of your American clients, you really do set yourself up for success. You create those strong, lasting relationships. You position yourself as the go-to expert in your field. And everything in your business just feels a lot easier if you get this right. And how do you get this right? As I said, testing it, talking to people. You have to talk to real people to get inside their heads. Come up with your ideas in your head and then go and test it out on the market. All right. Thanks for joining me for this episode of the American Market Alchemist. If you are ready to take your business to the next level in the US market, or just start getting there and reach that first level, then start with your American ICP, Ideal Client Persona. And of course, be sure to subscribe and save your spot for that workshop, 5 Steps to Attracting American Clients to Your Business, with the link in the notes to this episode. And that's it for today. Be bold, stand out, and let's show the world what you're all about. Thanks for listening to the American Market Alchemist podcast. If you're ready to amplify your influence and scale your impact in the U.S. market, become a member of my newsletter community. You'll get weekly tips on LinkedIn strategy, personal branding, and digital marketing to write your U.S. success story. The link to get the newsletter is in the show notes. I'm Christina Robefé Broaddus, and I'll talk to you next time.